Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time, excuse my voice, I'm a little under the weather, but this time, Stellaron Hunter Sam. This guy gave me a lot of trouble. I had to level a few of my characters, but we finally beat him. Now, I am Equilibrium 5, and I use a quote-unquote free-to-play friendly team, right? I used a free-to-play friendly team. Basically, Chinche, Eidolon 2, Welt, Eidolon 0, Fire Trailblazer, Eidolon 4. Actually, I should have Eidolon 6, but that's besides the point. And Lynx. So I went two sustains because Stellar and Sam dishes out a lot of damage, man. And she's E1. So I tried it with you know, with only one sustain, and you really need the defense from Fire Trailblazer. I mean, I'm also running this light cone at the start of battle. Um, the damage dealt to all allies decreases by 10% for 5 turns. I mean, it's not a 5 turn fight, right? It's like, I don't know, 15 turns, something like that. I have gameplay at the end. But, this damage reduction helps. Um, her relics increase the max damage that can be absorbed by shields. Like, I just stacked defense on her, right? And then my links wasn't really that built. Um, my traces are kind of low. Uh, Lycone is kind of low, level 70. So, she's just there literally just to heal. And I thought she'd be better than March 7th or Bailu, because March 7th is just shields and you take a lot of damage here, so heals definitely help. And Bailu doesn't have uh, dispelling buffs, debuffs. So Lynx can do that. Natasha can also do that on her skill, I believe, if you don't have Lynx. So that's another option. I didn't need Lynx because of her element. It was mainly just because she could remove the debuff, and you get a burn debuff in this battle. Um, so yeah, that's the basic gist of it. I mean, Welt was critical because he could uh, use his ultimate to stun him for like a turn or two. Um, but besides that, it's really just get DPSs that have the elemental weakness. And I think he's imaginary, quantum, and lightning. Let's see if I can find him. Is he in here? Oh, I don't know. Is he in here? Nope. Just taking a look. No. I don't see him in here, fortunately. But, I checked him a few times. He's weak to imaginary. Um, oh, here he is. Lightning, quantum, and imaginary. So bring, you know, I had two DPSs. I did not have like a buffer. It's mainly because my buffer wouldn't be able to stay alive with the one sustain. I mean, if you have a good sustain, like a 5-star sustain, like for example, Luocha or Huo. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but if you have Japard, Fujuan, um, or Luocha or Huohua, I think you'll be fine just running them by themselves. But if you have, any of the other abundance or preservation characters, you're probably gonna have to run two of them. I mean, that's just how I beat it. Um, all right, so that's that. And in terms of DPSs, I mean, you know, sorry, whoever your strongest is in terms of the elements, right? So Arlan is lightning, Zui is quantum, um, Danheng is imaginary. Ratio is good for this, luckily. Sealy, um, who else? Serval, I use Shinche, and Jingyuan would be fine too. So, you know, plenty of options. DOT would actually be a good choice for this battle too, because you already have Black Swan as like a bonus attack. Um, so someone like actually none of these elements work. It would only be Kafka. So scratch that. But yeah, let me tell you what really put me over the edge. Like, you know, my characters aren't really that strongly built, but what really helped me um, is synthesizing. So items, right? So for each battle, you could have one offensive and one defensive item, um, like consumable. So that really put me over the top for the fight. So I used this simple protective gear. I used one of these, and then I used this one, antimatter fuel generator. It gave me 260 attack and 8% crit rate, and that was enough. And then I used like the techniques of each, you know, of my characters before the fight, and it was enough to beat him. I'll show you the gameplay right after this, but yeah, this is really the key. Using these consumables, you could unfortunately you could only use one of each, one defensive and one offensive. But as long as you're close enough, you know, like I said, I'm equilibrium 5, and I showed you the levels and strength, overall strength of my characters. You know, they're not that impressive. Um, you know, level 80 light cones on the DPSs, traces I had level 6 or 7. Um, relics I had at 12. I didn't even have 15 yet. And, you know, I don't really have Eidolons except on Fire Trailblazer. So that's really it. I mean, I hope you guys can get through the fight just like I did. And I will see you guys in the next video. The gameplay is coming on right after this. All right? Take care. See you next time.
Careful.
A Galaxy Ranger and a Memo Keeper. Leave now and nobody gets hurt, or else all of you will die here.
Mr. Yang.
Feeling lucky.
Stay. The detective game is over. You shouldn't be here.
Cut your losses. Stay calm. My turn. Awesome inside it. Here, try this. Deep breath.
Once you're back in the real world, remember to tell everyone about the Stellaron hunter who was behind your ultimate departure. Execution underway.
Wait for the ties.
Step 2, implement. Step 1, implementation.
To travel far away.
Now commencing. Earth operations.
Let's begin.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Nihil. Cling.
Luck of the draw. These and victory! Here, try this. Taste. My turn. Choose me strike.
Step 1, implementation.
To travel far. Deep breath.
Time to retreat.
I'm on guard.
Gotcha.
The cling.
Commencing research.
Now commencing. Earth
Lance
operations.
ablaze! Lance forward!
Step 2, implementation.
Travel far.
Step 1, implementation.
My turn. Luck of the draw. These and victory!
Lance at the ready.
You know nothing of the weight behind survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Execution underway.
When they keep specimen sighted. Deep breath.
Time to retreat.
I'm on guard.
Stay calm. My turn. Here, try this. Taste. Choose me strike.
Implementation.
To travel far.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Earth operations.
Wait for the tiles. Stay calm, my turn.
Leave it to me.
If that's the case.
Leave the dance stage to them, my dear.